Righty-ho, bit more of a walk around. Up here on my right hand side, a bit hard to see, but it's the Melbourne jail. So it was first built back in 1841, and it's had a lot of stages added to it. But she looks pretty flash, and there with a nice bit of astroturf, and yeah, all put on for the tourists to have a look at. But tell you what, it wouldn't be far the old whip down to the old McDonald's from here. It's pretty close in town. So we've been to a few jails around the place, and yeah, that's a very in CBD sort of style compared to the others that have been even around in Perth. That was pretty well, how's this? This is the State Library. It was built in 1854, making it one of the oldest libraries, and it was the first library in the world with the free library system, I believe. So a little lighter and brighter than the Adelaide one that we saw, but it is big.
Hi everyone! Due to the poor quality of sound on the original video, I have used subtitles giving you information about the Royal Exhibition Building in this short clip. Melbourne's Royal Exhibition Building, built in 1879 to 1880, is a UNESCO World Heritage icon and a true architectural marvel. It hosted the Grand Melbourne and Centennial International Exhibitions and witnessed Australia's Federation in 1901. Despite fires and demolitions, the majestic Great Hall survived. Queen Elizabeth II granted it royal status in 1980, and in 2004, it became Australia's first UNESCO-listed building. Today, it stands as one of the world's last and most complete 19th century exhibition sites. Such a timeless treasure.
So just made it down to the South Melbourne markets. Pretty classy little markets. Love to show you around, but man, it's just so busy. Can't get a word or a camera in edgeways. Might take a few more photos. But we have settled down in here to a nice little a burrata, I think it is. A Ugo burrata with it's pork. So try a bit of that. It's looking really nice. A bit of a lemon slice, and I think I'm going to try one of these superchargers. So yeah, we're going well. So another little interesting spot that I found on a little walk around Melbourne is the Australian Music Vault. So it's part of the Arts Centre of Melbourne. So I'm not too sure how much I'll get copyright striked in here. So we'll have a little fascinating look around at what's available there. You have it, the Arts Centre in Melbourne. Not bad. It's got a lot of clothes that yeah, famous Australian music artists and everything have used. A lot of their guitars and music paraphernalia. So yeah, it's quite nice. So just across the road, well, just across the park from there, there's this place here called the National Gallery of Victoria. So I'll have a quick squiz of that one. Alrighty, just made it into town again. Oh, no plan. But we just been into this place, the ACMI. Now let me get it right, I think it was Australian Cinema Movie and Image Centre. Oh, #1 spot. Totally unprepared for it. You could spend all day there. But the neat thing is that they gave you this little disc that you could go around and tap on all the things of interest. And you can catch up with them later. So yeah, even if you did spend all day in there, you could yeah, go back and spend all night reviewing it all. Highly recommended. Pop in and see this when you're in Melbourne. Oh, what a week that was. Hey, I must apologise if it's a little bit bitsy, the Melbourne, but as I said, I had no plan of how I was going to go about it, and it was pretty much just look after my sister and the kids and her husband, but I couldn't resist throwing the old camera out and showing you some of the sights. Anyway, pleased to get out of bloody Melbourne, out of the city. Still a bit mad here for my liking, and just coming through a little town called Ballarat, which is obviously pretty big on for gold around this neck of the woods. And we stopped to find one of the big things of Australia. We found a gold miner and his dog. This is outside the Ballarat village and collectible, or vintage and collectible markets. So we're not going to go down that way. We've seen enough shops and bits and pieces, but if you're ever in Ballarat, there's a huge collectibles that you can be walking through. But there's a little, a nice little statue, very, very nice. And this is up into the collectibles, so obviously all those sheds are just chockers. Anyway, so we just want to get out of the city, go and find a nice little park up spot that's less people. So that's where we're off to. Alrighty, well, we made it to a little location called Dadswell, I think they call it. Yeah, Dadswell Bridge. We're nearly at Horsham. That's where we're going to be heading for tonight, and we're here at Dadswell. So it's interesting, Dadswell was sort of came about from the early explorer there, Major Mitchell. I think it was around about the Dartmoor sort of area where we caught up with Major Mitchell, and named Mount William in 1941. So there was a couple of blokes. I think there was Thomas Dadswell and his wife Helena Dadswell. So Dadswell Bridge became very, very popular for some of the early settlers there, for horses and cattle. But it sort of mentions here like beekeeping was pretty popular. Wattle bark stripping. They used that wattle bark stripping in the tanning industry before when 1950s, when chemicals were used to tan the leather later on. Of course, milling, market gardenings, tobacco farming, sheep and cattle, of course, poultry. How's this though? Rabbits, although technically not farmed, rabbits for many years provided plentiful food and income for local farmers. So yeah, and what else puts Dadswell on the map is this 14-metre giant high koala. And it was done in bronze and fiberglass, and he's a renowned sculptor, Ben van Zetten. So it was completed in 1988. So there you have another one ticked off the list of big things around Australia, the giant koala. Alrighty, so I just popped into there. Great to go and get a turkey sandwich, turkey burger, chicken burger. Nice little place to rest up, quite old. Spoke to the bloke about the giant koala, and It said, was it the bronzing? What do you call it? The cold cast bronzing. So he collected scrap bronze or something around it, and it was all ground up, and it was kind of like thrown onto the fiberglass when the fiberglass was done too. So it actually gives quite a bit of resilience without too much of the weight. So it'll be around for another 40 odd years easy. Pretty cool. And there was a layer inside there which you could have walked up, but they don't have it anymore. We used to be an art gallery in there. So yeah, not a little bad place to come and stop, have a rest, stretch the legs. Onwards.
Running wild, nothing to lose. Do you remember the innocence of youth? Butterflies in summer skin, lightning exploding through, roller coasters in your veins. Do you remember the never-ending days? Every crush you ever had burned in your DNA, with a sparkle in your eye, forever young. Every moment, this is life, take it as it comes. Jump up and reach for the stars, having no regrets, forever and ever, always young.